It's 12 o'clock. Time to reach for mobile water. Mobile water, unique in every way.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connect you to the newsmakers.
Citi News.
Hello, good afternoon and welcome to the Citi Prime News. The news is live from our studio at Adabraka in Accra. I am Zoe Abube-Eduardo. Coming up, New Patriotic Party leaves door open for Kennedy Agyapong's return to its thank you tour as he announces his withdrawal following an altercation that led to the stabbing of one person.
Uses to remove his presence so that there can be that focus on the tour led by the party with the flag bearer in support. I think that will be useful, and technically I don't think that because he's paying in any way.
Also coming up, tempest flare at the Yawaso West Municipal Assembly as assembly members vote against the president's MCE nominee.
It's a game. So maybe next time we are going to do the needful thing for everybody to be settled.
Still ahead, teachers picketing at the headquarters of the GES over 8 months on paid salaries refuse to vacate their premises despite assurances from the GES of setting up a committee to look into the matter.
For about 8 months of this issue, no communication from our employers. Whilst some of our police that we started the job with, they are receiving their salaries. You don't understand.
And later, 4 remanded over cocaine bust at the Kotoka International Airport's Swiss port. This bulletin is also live across our partner stations. In the Upper West region, we're on Tupani Radio 88.5 in Adoli and Jirapa 96.1 FM. Upper East region, Recast 92.1 in Bongo Namu. Northern region, North Star Radio 92.1 in Tamale. Northeast region, Nobia FM 98.1 in Nalarigu. Western region, Beach 105.5 FM in Takrady, Ashanti region, Focus 94.3 FM on Kenya State Campus, and Orange 107.9 FM in Kumasi. Volta region, Sela Radio 97.1 FM in Dabala, and Holy FM 98.5 in Aplau. Savannah region, Kasha 99.5 FM in Damongwan. In the Bono region, we are on Greener 95.9 FM in Sunyani. Across the globe, we are live on citinewsroom.com.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connect you to the newsmakers.
Thank you for joining us this afternoon. We begin our story this afternoon from the Yawaso West Municipal Assembly, where assembly members have voted against the nomination of Michael Mensah as the municipal chief executive for the assembly. Now, this sparked fury among assembly members after the adjournment of proceedings by the presiding member. Here is an interaction with the presiding member, Benjamin Note Okla.
They were arranged for the next meeting.
Okay. But are you sure that in the next meeting But isn't this a big disgrace to the president?
It's a game. So maybe next time we are going to do the needful thing for everybody to be settled.
When you say the needful thing, what exactly?
Oh, that is we are going to confirm you.
So you heard that the presiding member for the Yawaso West Municipal Assembly, Benjamin Note Okla, in that interview with my colleague, Ni Ayikwe Okai, who joins us via phone. Good afternoon, Ni Ayikwe Okai. Now we understand that they rejected the president's nominee. How many people voted and what were the results?
Zoe, so in the Yawaso West Municipal Assembly, 19 of the assembly members voted to either confirm or reject the nominee, MC nominee, for the area, and in this instance he secured only 9 out of the total votes of 19. Ordinarily he is supposed to secure 2/3 of the vote, and this would have been 13 of the vote to confirm him. However, he failed to secure that vote, and in this case the presiding member, Benjamin Okla, had no option than to adjourn proceedings. Once it happened this way, it is expected that the Assembly may conduct another ballot within the next 10 days. And then based on that, they would vote again to either reject or confirm that nominee. So we are waiting to see what happens. Unfortunately, they were tight-lipped. They didn't want to express any frustrations to the media, but it was amongst themselves as assembly members. They were not happy at all about what happened. I have with me here the regional minister, and then we would want to engage her briefly. But before that, I would want to say that this is what happened at the Iowa West Municipal Assembly in the Greater Accra. It is the first that is expected to commence. I mean, in terms of the voting to confirm the MMDC nominees in the Greater Accra. This is the first one, and unfortunately, we've seen this incident. The regional minister is here with me, Linda Okulu. I want to engage her briefly.
Please go ahead.
Minister, this, of course, would be a big blow to you, isn't it?
Oh, yes. It's a big blow because, in fact, we met all the assembly members. We met the nominees. We met the appointees. I mean, we had a lengthy discussion, and they gave us, they told us confidently that they are going to approve the present nominee. Unfortunately, only for us to see what we just saw. And so, what we have to do now.
Your call has been put on hold. Please wait.
It appears we've lost Ni Ayikwe Okain there, who was speaking with the Greater Accra Regional Minister Linda Okulu. We would re-establish contact with Ni Ayikwe Okain to conclude that interview with the Greater Accra Regional Minister. But the news is that Assembly members of the Iowa West Municipal Assembly in the Greater Accra region voted against the nomination of Michael Mensah as the Municipal Chief Executive for the Assembly. Now, the nominee secured 9 out of the total votes of 19. Now, this sparked some anger amongst assembly members after the adjournment of proceedings by the presiding member there. We've been joined on the phone lines again by Ni Ayikwe Okain, who was engaging the Greater Accra Regional Minister. Ni Ayikwe Okain, please, can you hear me?
We have to, see what we can do and come back. But it wouldn't keep long. Within 1 week, we should come back to conduct the election.
Now, you have 2 other assemblies to conduct this ballot for today. What is your expectation?
Oh, in fact, the rest, we are still talking to the assembly members. Some of them are peeved. They said, this person did this to me, this person did that. And so we are telling the nominee, it wouldn't take anything from you, even if you know to beg that person. It wouldn't take anything from the person. So that is exactly what we have to do. If you think you have issues with the assembly members and the government appointees, go to them, plead with them to give you what they have to give you. So that's it all.
If the unfortunate should happen for us to see the 2 other nominees also being rejected, wouldn't this affect your operations as a minister?
I'm not praying for that. Trust me, this time around we are going to have 100% confirmation. So we are going to overcome this one.
Honorable, how urgent is this election at this time, considering the enormity of the job the president has and what we expect the assembly to do on the ground?
My dear, we have a lot of things to do, like you said. After the nominee, president is going to tour the entire country. He has even started with some regions, and he's here to come for the thank you tour. So we have a lot, and as MP, myself, I'm the regional minister, and I also represent the good people of Charles. I've not even started my thank you tour. So we have a lot of things to do. So we only have to plead with them to confirm the president, assembly members to confirm the president nominee. They shouldn't monetize. The fact that if you don't approve, they'll come back to you to give you. That is what we are trying to avoid.
Is it a case that the nominee failed to honor them or give them some money?
No, I'm not sure. But they've done the needful, and so we are expecting that this time around the nominee will be confirmed.
All right. Thank you so much for speaking with us. All right, so you have the Greater Accra Regional Minister Linda Okulu speaking to us on the rejection of the MC nominee for the Iowa West Assembly.
Did you cite Michael Mensah, who is the nominee? Was he present when the voting was happening, and did you manage to speak to him?
So he addressed the assembly members even before the voting commenced, and his assurance was that he was going to work with everybody. He was going to ensure an inclusive government and he appealed to these assembly members to ensure that they vote for him massively so that he would be able to roll out his vision for the assembly. Unfortunately, it appears this message fell on deaf ears, for which reason we saw his rejection by the assembly members. But after the voting, we were expecting to have an interaction with him. Unfortunately, in the midst of the chaos, he actually disappeared from the scene. So we couldn't catch him for an interview. But then subsequently, we'll see if we'll be able to go back to him to have that interaction.
Thank you so much for your time. That was my colleague Ni Ayikwe Okang there. Let's move on to some other stories now. And the Finance Minister, Dr. Kasiel Atoforsin, has stressed the importance of boosting domestic revenue to support government expenditure. He made the remarks during the inauguration of a 9-member board for the Ghana Revenue Authority, chaired by former Deputy Finance Minister, Member of Parliament for Cape Coast South, George Ricketts Hagan. Speaking at the event, Dr. Forsing urged the board to prioritize efficient revenue mobilization to sustain government operations.
We do not only meet our fiscal target of primary surplus of 1.5% of GDP, but also our debt sustainability target of reducing the external debt service to revenue ratio from 28% in 2022 to 18% by the year 2028. The recent withdrawal of USAID funding alone has impacted over $78 million in health and $156 million in economic growth programs in areas of education and others. This development underscores the imperativeness to ensure domestic resource mobilization. And I want to use this opportunity to urge you that the time is now for us to look within and raise our own revenue. To achieve our revenue objectives, several key areas requires our collective attention and urgent action. The first one has to do with accelerating the modernization of the Ghana Revenue Authority. This entails not merely upgrading systems, but transforming the GRA operational efficiency. A modern, efficient, and automated GRA will facilitate tax collection, minimize opportunities for avoidance, and significantly enhance the taxpayers' experience. Ghanaian public must have unwavering confidence in the GRA, commitment to fairness and ethical conduct. Corruption and fraud must be eradicated, as every city loss represents a missed opportunity for national development.
That was the Finance Minister, Dr. Kasiel Atoforsin. The Director General of the National Road Safety Authority, Abraham Amaleba, has hinted that a revised towing services levy would be introduced to Parliament soon. Road users endured hours of gridlock in part of Accra following the breakdown of some trucks that were left untowed. Reacting to this development, Abraham Amaleba said the authority will prioritize the revised towing service to mandate it to tow breakdown vehicles at the cost of the vehicle owner while diversifying private sector participation.
So even though the law has been passed, it has been suspended, and there's a rethink of the law. Now the rethinking is that, and that one too will go to Parliament very soon, is that all owners of vehicles must subscribe to an insurance company or a towing services. I think the earlier one was that it was going to go to one person or so, and so Ghanaians, the monopoly in it was the issue. But the new thinking is, and this is going to be in that Okada legalization LI, which will go to Parliament very soon, is that, and when the law is passed, every owner of a vehicle must subscribe to a towing service or an insurance company, so that when there's a breakdown of this nature that you have described, you just call your subscriber to come to your aid.
Mr. Amaleba further disclosed that it is closely monitoring the 21-day ultimatum it issued all metropolitan, municipal and district assemblies in the Greater Accra region to remove unauthorized billboards mounted along medians and highways. He stressed that the authority will not hesitate to take legal action against assemblies that fail to act within the stipulated time.
I've written what I call compliance notices to all 29, I think so, municipal and district assemblies in the Greater Accra region. I've written to them they have the responsibility. They are the ones who are licensing, what do they call them, the advertising companies, and they are the ones erecting those things. So they should remove them. Now, within 21 days, and we are counting. If they don't, we would have to enforce the law by suing them in court for the court to come in and deal with them. I am about to hold a meeting with all the district assemblies in the Greater Accra region to bring them up to speed with the work of this Road Safety Authority. I think for a long time, this Road Safety Authority has been dormant, so they have taken things for granted. So I'm calling them to a meeting, all of them, together with civil society organizations.
Abraham Amaleba is the Director General of the National Road Safety Authority. You're still listening to the City Prime News. I am Zoe Abubeidu Ado. Still to come, New Patriotic Party leaves door open for Kennedy Japan's return to its thank you tour as he announces its withdrawal following an altercation that led to the stabbing of one person. Please stay tuned. We'll bring you the details shortly.
City Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connect you to the newsmakers.
Looking for the latest buzz in Ghana's entertainment world? Welcome to Ghana Weekend, your ultimate destination for all things creativity and entertainment.
Stay in the loop with breaking news, exclusive interviews, and then insider stories from your favorite creatives and stars. From music, movies, fashion and art, lifestyle and culture, Ghana Weekend brings it all together. Get a daily dose of entertainment, discover new talent, and never miss out on the creativity that defines our vibrant culture.
Stay connected with us across all platforms. Follow us on Instagram with the handle Ghana Weekend, on X Ghana Weekend, on TikTok Ghana Weekend, at Ghana Weekend TV on YouTube for the latest in entertainment, travel, and everything Ghana. Don't miss out. Join the Ghana Weekend family today. Ghana Weekend, where entertainment meets creativity. Visit GhanaWeekend.com now.
City Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connect you to the newsmakers.
Thank you for staying with us on the City Prime News. We turn our attention to the camp of the New Patriotic Party now, where former Member of Parliament for Asen Central Kennedy Japan has withdrawn from the party's ongoing thank you tour, citing security threats to his supporters. His decision follows a stabbing incident involving a student, reportedly a member of Unity Hall's Jama group, who had received money from Mr. Ejapong after performing at an event held at the Pentecost Church in Bantama, Kumasi. That student was rushed to the emergency unit of the Konfanochi Teaching Hospital and is currently receiving treatment. Speaking to the media, Mr. Ejapong said he is stepping away from the tour and has pledged to seek justice for the victim.
What happened yesterday, I want to pull out, or myself and my team want to pull out, because lives are threatened. I don't think I can protect my team enough. So we want out so that Dr. Bawumia can do his campaign too. I admit that he was the flag bearer. So if he's going round and for the sake of unity, he invites it, and it turns out to be something different, we just have to stay away for them to do their own thing. So in brief, all I'm saying is my team is pulling out, but I still call for unity in the party. This will not scare me to leave the party. We built the party from 1990 till now. So as for intimidation, they should rest assured that intimidation will not help them. I'm not somebody you can intimidate for me to stay out of the party. I'm still a party member. I'm calling for unity. But I'll make sure justice is done to the student who was hurt.
He also announced his intentions to run as a presidential candidate for the New Patriotic Party, contesting in the party's primaries.
But what happened at Brekum, I needed to check Abronye for him to stop whatever he's doing. There is a clear indication from Brekum to Kumasi, tells me that, look, you are not needed, you are not wanted. So we are pulling out. Let them do their own thing. And at an appropriate time, I assure them that we are also going to campaign. I want everybody to know, every party member to know that I'm going to contest. Until they should be ready. And respectfully, nobody can tell me to back off. I will not back off because we started from 1990 till now. So in short,
that was former Member of Parliament for Asen Central, Kennedy Ejapon. Let's go to the Ashanti region now and speak to our Bureau Chief for the Middle Belt, Hafiz Tijani. Good afternoon, Hafiz. Thank you for joining us. What's the update on the victim? We indicated earlier that he was receiving treatment. What's the update?
Well, I have made pull-ups to the Kofanoti Teaching Hospital where I'm currently at. I have spoken with the management who also consulted the doctors who are taking care of this victim. They say his condition is stable. And a while ago, Kennedy Japan went into the hall where the victim is to check on him. He has also met the family of the victim who is currently here with his team. Kennedy Japan is currently here with his team trying to ensure that the victim is given the necessary care. But for the victim, we are told it's stable. Is in a stable condition, and doctors are still trying to ensure that he gets well.
Party leadership was in Kumasi yesterday. I don't know if they are still in Kumasi and if they have spoken about this issue.
Officially, we have not had any official communication from the party. We made efforts, and we're told that the tour has continued, and they are currently in the Bekwai constituency, where the party is continuing with its thanking tour.
All right, thank you so much for your time. That was our Bureau Chief for the Middle Belt, Hafiz Tijani. Let's still stay with the party because the party has indicated its readiness to recall former Asen Central Member of Parliament Kennedy Ejapon to rejoin its ongoing thank you tour if the need arises. Speaking to Citi News, the NPP's Communications Director Richard Ahiagba said Mr. Ejapon's immediate withdrawal was intended to de-escalate tensions surrounding the tour.
I can assure you from indications that I'm getting, it's not a thing of pain or hurt for him necessarily. It's just to perhaps, by and large, de-escalate further what happened. Because, yesterday in Bantama, what happened is not what the tour was designed to be or to undertake. Whereupon people are organizing Jama groups and people sharing T-shirts for them to canvass for one person or the other. It's not the purpose of the tour. So for reasons such as that, if he chooses to remove his presence so that there can be that focus on the tour led by the party with the flag bearer in support, I think that will be useful. And technically, I don't think that because he's paying in any way, that's why he's withdrawing, but also to contribute this quota by de-escalating in the form of removing his presence to make sure that the tour is focused and not.
That was the Communications Director of the New Patriotic Party, Richard Ahiagba. Away from that, the leadership of the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology chapter of the Teachers and Educational Workers Union of Ghana, TEWGH, has declared an indefinite strike effective today. The action follows what the union describes as the Ghana Tertiary Education Commission's unjust sidelining of its members from the newly inaugurated KNUST Governing Council. Addressing a news conference at KNUST, Chairman of TEWGH, Charles Arthur, said members have resolved to withdraw their services until the decision is reversed.
Despite being the majority union among workers at KNUST, TEWU Ghana has been unjustly sidelined by GTEC, which has chosen to recognize TEWU TUC as a representative union on the university's governing council. This is not only a clear violation of the democratic principles of union representation, but also a deliberate act of suppression against the will of workers. The union want to place on record that 1. TEWGH holds the majority membership of 789, whereas TEWU TUC membership is 123. The difference is 666 in favor of TEWU Ghana. Ladies and gentlemen, until and unless Director General of GTEC reverses this unjust decision, TEWU Ghana, KNUST local, hereby declare an indefinite strike effective today, Wednesday, 30th April 2025. All members of TEU GHK NUSC local must comply with this action.
You heard the KNUST chapter chairman of the TEU GH, Charles Arthur. Let's now bring you one of our headline stories now, where teachers picketing at the headquarters of the Ghana Education Service over their 8 months unpaid salaries have refused to vacate the premises despite assurances from the GES of setting up a committee to look into the matter. Let's hear from some of the aggrieved teachers after we'll speak to my colleague Melody Fafakpotufe, who is at the headquarters of the Ghana Education Service.
For about 8 months of this issue, nothing has been said to us. No communication from our employers. So we don't know what is happening to us. That is why we are here to ask why this thing is happening to us. Whilst some of our colleagues that we started the job with or the work with, they are receiving their salaries, but we are not receiving our salaries. We don't understand. So we need answers. And then the one thing I want to get it across to, this thing is pure us and it's pure teachers, and we taught Ghanaian students and not any political party. So people who are trying to make these things somehow political, it's not political. We taught Ghanaian students, so it's not about any political thing. As to why some of us have not received our staff IDs, that is why we are here.
These GS people organize a program for us called mental health. They are saying teachers are suffering from stress, depression, and they are the cause of that thing. They are the cause of our stress, our depression, and they organize that program for us. You are killing us, and you are also helping us to find solution to killing us.
So you hear there's some teachers from the Ashanti region who are picketing at the headquarters of the Ghana Education Service. Melody Fafakpotufe, good afternoon. It's on the line from the GES, and she is the one on the beat on this particular issue. Good afternoon, Fafa.
Good afternoon, Zoe.
Leadership of the teachers was in a meeting with GES. What was the outcome of the meeting?
Rightly said. So the leadership of the agri teachers are still currently in a meeting. Initially, they came out to ask the people that they should remain calm, but we realized that they were still shouting on top of their voices and singing and protesting that they weren't going to move off the premises. So the leadership had to come and calm them down because they didn't give the Ghana Police Service a notice that they will be here to picket. So on that aspect, they were at fault. So they came down to tell their members to remain calm. Aside that, they have still gone back to the negotiation table, but the head of the GES PR unit came down, Cassandra Chum Ampofo, to address them and telling them that a committee will be constituted to ensure that they fast track the processes of paying them their salaries. But then they do not seem too convinced because they said prior to this, another meeting was held and a same resolution came out of that meeting. So they do not feel convinced that this particular initiative or strategy is going to bring any resolution to the matter.
Now, talk to us about the teachers who are picketing. We understand they are from the Ashanti region. Are these teachers only from the Ashanti region?
Yes, it will interest you to know that not all the teachers are coming from the Ashanti region. Some of them are coming as far as Wa, others are coming from the northern region, others are coming from the east and the central region. So they started their journey last night and got here this morning. You could see that some of them are not even sleeping under the sheds here at the Ghana headquarters, Ghana Education Service headquarters premises.
What about security? We understand that the police also asked them to vacate the premises and they have declined. What's the update with that as well?
From what I see, there's heightened police presence here. Initially, there were two Ghana Police Service patrol vehicles trooping in with bringing in more police personnel, and they are patrolling the place. There's no escalation. There's no form of chaos, and so far, so good. Nobody has been attacked. Nobody has resisted obeying the rules or going according to the directives given by the Ghana Police Service.
Thank you so much for your time. That was Melody Fafakpotufe reporting from the headquarters of the Ghana Education Service. Now, 4 individuals arrested in connection with a recent cocaine seizure at the Swiss Port Freight Terminal at the Kotoka International Airport have been remanded into custody. The suspects, Gariba Soli, an artifact dealer at the Arts Center, along with freight forwarders Josiah Beidu, Emmanuel Minta, and Kwabna Ampofo Anti, are accused of attempting to export 73 slabs of cocaine without the required license. They have been charged with attempting to export a narcotic substance without a license, conspiracy to commit a crime, and possession of a narcotic substance without lawful authority. According to the facts presented in court, officers from the Narcotics Control Commission, during a routine inspection at the Swiss port, discovered 3 wooden boxes labelled as containing artifacts. However, upon further examination, the boxes were found to contain 73 slabs of powdered substance, which later tested positive for cocaine. During interrogation, the first accused, Gary Basoli, claimed he was contracted by a man only identified as Patrick to export artifacts to the Netherlands. And that's how we wrap up this edition of City Prime News, which has been live from our studio in Adabraka, Accra. Please log on to our website, citynewsroom.com, for more news. I am Zoe Abube Eduardo. Many thanks for listening.
City News. We speak first. Reach our hotline on 0302 224959 and get interactive on Facebook, City 97.3 FM, and on Twitter at City 973.
City 97.3 Accra.